All right, so your channel, like many others, it's had its fair share of moments of content, where you stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much everybody's had writer's block at one point or
Yeah.
another. How much of that would you say was a contribution of like you dealing with real life shit? Because I mean, you by your own admission, you've used the term X 3 times so far in the sentence.
Yeah.
You said X.
Yeah.
Which is an indication that you had a relationship, obviously, and it no longer exists.
Right.
We don't have to get into the logistics of that.
Yeah.
But can you talk to me about how much personal life shit has gotten in the way of you pursuing YouTube before this point?
It's all like life stuff.
Okay.
'Cause if you think about it, in the era we come from, it's not hard to put up a camera and talk.
Yep.
Right. It was never hard, no matter what we was talking about, and we was all getting the views.
Yep.
Right. But what stopped it was like, we would lose like an apartment.
Yep.
Or, we would, I don't know, I would lose a job.
Gotcha.
And then, or like we would have a new kid and I couldn't, you know what I mean? Like
Understood.
a lot of real life shit. Cause if you think about it, I was real young when I started having kids.
Yeah.
We conceived when I was 18 and then, I was 19 when he was born, my first son. He just turned 11 November 3rd, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But I was real young, so I did a lot of growing up as like time progressed.
Okay.
So the majority of it was like life stuff, like,
Okay.
because I would get too big for my britches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then like, or she would lose a job.
Right.
A lot of it, like right now, if Julie lost her job right now, we would still be fine.
I got
You know what I'm saying? Because we built, savings, and
Right.
my career now is way more than what I was making before.
Yeah.
So if something, God forbid, were to happen, we'd still be straight. Whereas before, we relied heavily on each other, like financially and shit.
see.
So like, if I didn't have no food, or if the kids didn't have no food, I would have to find a way to get food. You know what I'm saying? And then I just wouldn't be in that mindset to get on and record in front for people. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm sitting here broke and everybody's hungry, lights is getting shut off and shit like that, I can't get on the camera and be like, yeah, everything's fine. Because that's not how I operate. You would see in the content that it's not real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was a time because I don't know if you knew, but I had like a lot of heart troubles.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so there was a time where I got fired because of the heart troubles, because I was in and out of the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So they fired me, and then now I'm unemployed while getting married. Like I went through a lot of dumb shit growing up. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of the reason why. And a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know like why I take time off. I just be like, yo, I'm out. And I'll be back. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about who your employer was at that time? Do you feel comfortable saying that?
It was a third party. It was a third party Sprint company. They were called at the time they were called Affordable Cellular.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was and I wasn't making a lot of money there either. I was like sales, and I think I was making like $10 an hour or some shit like that. Like I wasn't making no money there.
They understood you was having a heart condition issue,
but they thought that I was like faking. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just calling out just to be calling out. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't really the case. And what triggered it is that when I went to the hospital, there's a hospital called Southlake in Claremont. I went to that hospital and they're not a cardiologist.
I got you.
They don't deal with the heart.
Yeah.
Right? So when I was in the hospital, the owner of that company came to visit.
Okay.
But they had discharged me because there was nothing they can do because they're not a heart hospital. So I had to go to the one in Orlando. So when they discharged me, he came to visit, and then they told him like, oh, there's, he's not here. So then they took that as, oh, he's probably fucking lying when that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's some shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Dude, we only been at this 20 minutes, bro. You done dropped a lot of shit.
So like, I've come to terms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like before, I wouldn't tell nobody because it's like, it's embarrassing.
For sure.
But, as a man, this is just shit you went through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't hide the shit you went through. Yeah. And if you was proud of it or not, you can't hide because it makes you who you are. It's because of those experiences that I'm well off right now. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I can talk about the bad and then still have the good, So I don't mind dropping the bombs for a TKK exclusive, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that. So listen, I had a question lined up to ask you that we've kind of already touched in, and this was just really asking if you had a family. So you do have kids. You are a father. You do have a relationship. You have had an ex relationship. Can you talk to me about what
Yeah, so I was with my son's mom, and I say that because I don't like the term baby mother because I feel like it's derogatory.
I agree.
My son's mom, we were together since I was 18 years old or something like that. And it was a while. And, we were both growing up in a relationship, so we didn't really know what to do.
Gotcha.
And we didn't really understand each other, you know what I'm saying? Because we got together and then boom, we had a baby a year later. You see what I'm saying? So, and it was nothing crazy like, I was like kicking her ass or anything like that. It's nothing like that. But, I wasn't entirely faithful.
I understand.
I was unhappy and unhealthy,
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? In a really not bad relationship, but it was like, it wasn't a lot of respect involved.
Understood.
And as you're growing up and you working however many hours a week to provide, you know what I'm saying, you're expecting, something to come out of it or whatever, and then nothing would come. Right. Or, I would work really hard and not be able to afford the things that I want.
Right.
It was just a lot that contributed to it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of it is her fault. Like, I'm not going to get on here and fake like if, I made
trying to tear her down.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes in that relationship.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're split is because of the decision I made. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying as a man like, yo, like I'm unhappy. Let's split so that we could both be happy.
Right.
I decided to step out.
I got you.
Which is like, you shouldn't do.
Right, yeah.
You should be a man and have the courage to say X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying?
I attended y'all married, y'all wedding.
Yeah, you were, yeah. Yeah.
So, some people may or may not know that, but I attended y'all wedding. I mean, how long after that, do you feel like things took a toll?
It was always rocky.
Gotcha, man.
It was always rocky, right? But
so why'd you get married?
So we thought if we got married, it would fix it. I didn't see myself. Let me not say I didn't see myself. I was too much of a coward to be like, nah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It just felt like it was the right next step. And I wanted to do something that my father didn't.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? So, and when I made that choice, like it sucks because it's kind of like we wasted each other's life. But at the same time, we didn't because we got the 3 boys out of it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we're both forever grateful to each other because of that.
Yeah.
And she got a boyfriend now and everything. And I love that dude. You know what I'm saying? So we're like friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, but after the marriage, I want to say it was like a year after we got married, and then a year after it was done.
It was done.
It was done. Yeah. Because at that point, she's not going to take too many. This dude stepping out. She's not gonna take that too much. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna take being unhappy too much. So, and she was like, she's a fantastic woman. It was just we really didn't mesh.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so we couldn't make each other happy. So we had to separate to make ourselves happy before any other thing, could come about. But once we made ourselves happy, we determined that we weren't compatible. We didn't need each other. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now we just have each other's back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told her, like, yo, if your man is acting crazy, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So, because we need to live a long life for our kids. So yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that piece with me, man. You actually just dropped a lot of jewels for a lot of brothers. Even you speaking back to you, making that executive call to marry her because your father didn't marry your mother. Man, that's some real shit, man. It really is, brother. That's gonna touch a lot of people. Let me move on to the next thing. So, with all that being